Kamusta yo fam? I'm Yowawerts, and in this video I will be showing you a new DIY craft which is inspired by Cartoon Network's Benson series. Using some stuff I have at home, I'll be transforming my arm into Benson Heatblasts. Let's go! Okay, so this is my first attempt at making this kind of creation, so this time I won't be using any templates. Now, if you're going to make one on your own and follow this tutorial, don't worry about not having a template because it's actually just pretty simple to make and the steps are easy to follow through. First, I grabbed this 8mm thick EVA foam. I'm cutting out this piece to serve as a foam ruler. This will help me know how much foam I exactly need for the size of my hand. I just need enough space around my hand where I can make a fist. After getting the right measurements, I then make a cylinder from the EVA foam. I then secure the ends of this foam piece with pins. After that, I use a heat gun to strengthen the cylinder shape even more. Now, before we super glue the ends, make sure to protect yourself from the fumes. I then cut another foam piece for the back of the hand. This is where the fingers will be glued onto later. Now to make the fingers, I'll be using this type of tube. Heatblast only has 4 fingers, so I cut out 4 tubes in different lengths. I then mark the areas where the joints are for each finger. One tube will only have 2 joints and this will be the thumb, while the rest will have 3 joints. To create the joints, cut out notches like so. Make sure that you don't cut all the way through the tube as the remaining part will act as a hinge. I then made a hole on this part of the tube. After that, I inserted the string and secured the end like so. I repeated this step with the remaining tubes, and once they're all done, I had something like this. I then marked the areas where the tubes will be glued onto. Later in the video, you'll see that there will be a slight change in the area where the thumb is placed. Before I stick the tubes onto the foam, I make sure that the strings inside the tubes were secured to avoid contact with the super glue. Now to secure the tubes, I cut out another foam piece and glued them onto this part. Once that's done, I grab these rings and tie them onto the ends of the string. This way, I can easily pull out and manipulate the articulating fingers. Next, I take some sponges for the fingers and cover the tubes. I cut out 2 sponge pieces, one for the back of the tube and one for the front. Then I smoothen out the foam with a pair of scissors. As mentioned earlier, I readjusted the area where the thumb is placed and lowered it for an inch. After making the fingers, I covered this part with an EVA foam to make the palm of the hand. The mechanism of the hand works good, so now let's proceed to making the arm piece. I'm making another cylinder shape with EVA foam, which will then be fitted to the handpiece. I've always thought of Heatblast as a human magma who's surrounded with lava rocks. So to make his lava rocks, I cut out these shapes from EVA foam and stick them onto the arm piece. So while I was sticking this foam onto the arm piece, the super glue made contact with my cutting mat and ruler, and this happened.
Bruh.
Oh no. Okay.
Once that's done, I went outside and used my soldering iron to mark some details onto my Heatblast arm piece. I then used sandpaper to roughen the surface. Doing so will make the paint stick onto the EVA foam. Lastly, I colored my work with spray paint. Okay, so I just learned that before spray painting EVA foam, you need to use Plasti Dip first. As you can see here, the color red isn't showing at all because the foam is simply sucking all the paint. Now, it was already too late for me to drive to the store and buy Plasti Dip, so I just used acrylic paint instead. And then, once it dried, I spray painted the entire thing all over again. Once the paint dried, my work was all done. So this is my Ben 10 Heatblast hand that has articulating fingers. And I gotta say, I just like how it turned out. Although I think I could have done a better job, like how the fingers don't perfectly form a fist when I close them, I guess that isn't so bad considering the fact that it's my first time making this kind of craft. But what do you guys think? So if you guys are planning to make one your own, make this creation or even better than mine, I hope that this video will help you out somehow. Now before we end this video, shout out to all these talented Yo fam for sharing with us their creative works. I'm very proud of you all, so well done. Okay, so I think that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!